Hi everyone, Nevada Nail Person. So today I'm going to be sharing some of the products in my makeup basket this week. This is Saturday, March 4th, and these are products that either I pulled out of my stash or some new products, old favorites, again some new products, and just wanted to share my thoughts on some of these products. Yeah, my thoughts. So let's get into it. So one of the first products I started using again, so again it's from my stash, is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Light Plus. So it's just a finishing powder basically with a little bit of color. So I'm a fan of using some foundations and BB creams that are sheerer. So this would provide a little bit more coverage if needed. So I don't know why I'm even swatching it, because it should match my skin tone. But you can see on my finger it does have some coloring in the product. So this is a favorite, and I have used it. The dome is wearing. So I guess I'm going to start leaving it in the basket now. Another product for face is this is a newer product. This is from Catrice. This is the Prime and Fine Professional Contouring Palette. And this was just a little inexpensive palette that I wanted to give a try. I do enjoy some of Catrice's products. It's inexpensive, and I think this was just the right cool tone. So it does have a little highlighting powder as well, and it does have a little bit of a shimmer. So I'll just swatch them for you so you get a feel of them. So there's the contour and the shimmer. So the shimmer highlighting shade is very, very sheer. I mean, it's just fine for an everyday, running out the door, going to work type of highlight, just to give you a little bit of something extra. And I think the contour shade is actually very nice. I think if you use the right brush, I think for me, for my skin tone, it would just give you the nicest little contour for about, I think it was $6 or $7. So actually very happy with this little Catrice Prime and Fine. So there you go. For face, still using the Becca First Light Priming Filter, and you can see I'm making quite a dent in it. And I think it does provide a little bit of radiance. I think the blue tone or the purplish kind of periwinkle color does correct a little. So I do enjoy this product, and I do use this primer even though I'm using a BB cream. So definitely a fave. Let's finish with face. So this is a product that I pulled out of the drawer, an old favorite. This is from Tarte, and it is a product I love from them. So if I do have some negative comments, this is definitely a fave of mine, as is the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes Mascara. Probably my very favorite mascara. But this is just a little palette, if you will, that contains a bronzer, a blush, and a highlight. And this is, I don't know if they still sell this even, because they've came out with so many other products, but this is definitely a favorite of mine. This is a nice little bronzer, and I'll just swatch it there. So it's a little bit more on the warm side, but a fave. And then we have this cooler, maybe neutral type of blush and a highlight. So there you go. So it's a nice everyday blush. It goes with a lot. And the highlight, I would say, is like a champagne type of shade. So it was before they came out with their highlights in the little compacts like their blushes, but I think this was their first attempt at a highlight, and I really do like this highlight. So it's not what I have on right now, but I did use this all week, and it just reminded me that yes, Tarte can produce good products. So this is again the Park Ave Princess, and maybe it'll inspire you to pull it out of your collection if you have it too. So let's proceed with eyes. Still using the Ulta eye primer, and it's a champagne shimmery shade. probably a dupe for Urban Decay. I think it was Sin. So it's just a little shimmer. And it's a nice thick eye primer that just smooths out so nicely. So there it is. And I think it is comparable to Urban Decay's eye primer. So very happy with this. Been using it every day. And it does state you can use this as a highlighter on your cheeks as well if you wanted to, which I could see you using this as a base. Okay, let's talk about eyes. And I mentioned Tarte. So this is new to me, and I started using it this week. This is the Tarte Pro eyeshadow palette. And it does come with this huge mirror on the back. It's the full size of this compact, and it's a nice mirror too. And here are the eyeshadows. It's probably going to have an issue with this glare, but there's 16 matte shadows and 4 shimmery shades. And so let's talk the positives. So it does have that wonderful vanilla scent, and it is those on-trend warmer colors down here, some purples, some neutrals. So a nice versatile shade palette, and you could also kick it up with some shimmer shades. However, I will say that the formula for these matte shadows are very similar to the Man-Eater palette that I shared last week, and I will include that video up here if you care to view it, and I'll link it below as well. The formula on Tarte shadows lately has not been the type of formula I prefer to work with. I can work with powdery shadows, but this is just a little bit too much for me. I do find they're harder to blend. They do get muddy. There were a couple of shades that perform better, I feel, but all in all, I tend to use more around this range of shadows. A lot of this one. Use some of this row as well for a purpley look, and then of course the warmer look from this row, and pulled in some of these shades. You know, I'll try to insert a clip of a standard brush, if you will, that is known, and kind of show you the kickback that you get up close. I don't think anybody really cares to share that, but I will. And again, it's a nice palette. So this shade is nice. This is Innocent and Classic. So these are two shades I probably pulled in a lot. And they look like see, it's a little chalky, you can see right there. And I have lotion on my arm, so it may stick a little. This shade kicked up a lot too. This was Chic. And it's just a nice, like, eyelid shade. And see, it looks like it would swatch better. Again, I have lotion on, so it's pulling a little. But overall, in the blending and overall performance, this just wasn't for me. In fact, I just found the receipt this morning. I did purchase this product from Tarte.com, so I will look into how to return it. I don't think it's worth keeping. I did buy it at a discount. Tarte had 25% off, so I thought I'd dive in when they were having that sale, but this is just not worth it. I don't mind the Man-Eater palette. It's smaller. I just don't need this huge palette that I'm just not going to reach for. So I will be looking into how to return this guy. So I think I will definitely think 2 or 3 times before I purchase another Tarte eyeshadow palette again. Sad to say, but true. Okay, so finishing up with eyes, still using the Lorac front of the line eye pencils in dark brown and teal. And I do love these. They do tend to last on me. I usually use it in the upper waterline and smear a little bit along my lash line for a little bit of staying power. And so I always tend to use brown eyeliners, but I thought I'd pull in teal to mix it up a little. And it's such a deep teal that you really can't tell much of a difference. So still liking them though. And another product I used this week, and I'm actually very happy with. I got this in my Sephora Play. This is the Sephora House brand Lash Craft, and it says Length and Volume Mascara. So I think it's a good product. I actually enjoyed using this. I would probably consider purchasing it if I didn't have so many mascara samples. The one negative thing I could say is that the product tends to get outside of on the tubing in where it screws in, and it tends to cause a little bit of a mess. So I'm not too happy with that. So I'm hoping it's just a flaw in the design of the sample. I do like the brush. It's kind of like a flattened brush. Let me see if I can get that. So on the one side it's longer and then flatter on the other, so it does get in those little baby lashes of mine and give them a little something. So I'm very happy for that, and trying this sample that it actually can work on my little baby lashes. So liking this Lash Craft mascara from Sephora. And let me finish up with one of the brushes that I use. Now, just an FYI, the eyeshadow I have on is not from the Tarte Pro palette. It's another product, but I'm testing it out. This is the Wet n Wild Fluffy brush. And these are just very inexpensive little brushes. It's a great little fluffy brush. If you come across these, I've heard where some people mention they got them in Dollar Tree, or if you're purchasing something on the Wet n Wild site, you know, maybe throw 1 or 2 of these in, because I think they're $1 each, and they're pretty good products. So a nice little fluffy brush I thought I'd mention. Now for lips, quite a few products that I'm very happy with. First off, another product from my Sephora Play from February. This is the Nars Velvet Lip Glide, I think it's called. It's so tiny I can't make it out, but I'm pretty sure it's Velvet Lip Glide, and it's in the shade Bound. And it's just a wonderful kind of traditional liquid lipstick. It does dry down. It's a great shade, but I do find it a little bit drying. Typically liquid lipsticks, like a Kat Von D, the ones that dry down that you can't transfer, are a lot more drying. And for some reason, even though this is a creamier, looks like to be a hydrating formula, I found it a little bit drying on my lips. So do like the shade though, like a neutral rosy shade. And then I got a 500 point Sephora perk, and it was the Too Faced little kit, and it had this melted chocolate liquefied lipstick in chocolate honey. And this was such a great little lip product. I was so happy with this. I do have one of the other chocolate ones, but this is like a warmer shade. So I could definitely smell the chocolatey smell in it. And it's nice warm brown. So very convenient with the little squeezy tube. And then to wrap it up, I have 2 Kat Von D lipsticks, which are absolutely gorgeous. These are 2 of the newer shades that came out. This is the Everlasting Liquid Lipstick, and I have it in Ludwig and Ophelia. I have on Ludwig right now, and these shades are very similar. And if you go on Sephora's website, one is described, and I'm pretty sure it's a nude fawn, and one is a fawn nude. So Ludwig looks like it has a little bit more pink in it, and Ophelia is a little bit warmer, so a little bit more orange or brighter. So this is Ludwig and this is Ophelia right here. So I'll swatch them for you. And I have Ludwig on right now. So that is Ludwig. And this one is Ophelia. So you can see when I swatch them, Ophelia is a little bit lighter. So, love the formula of these. Absolute favorite. Great nude shades. Love them. Try it. Really good. So that is it. If you have any questions, let me know. And don't forget to subscribe. I'll leave the bubble right here and feature last week's video as well. So if you have any questions, let me know, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.